What's going on, everybody? And welcome to 2024. Happy New Year, and welcome back to the Smooth Golf Podcast. I'm your host, DJ, and today we're talking about carrying momentum. It's 2024, and after a successful 2023 season, at least in my opinion, it was successful. Um, that's what we're going to be talking about, just carrying the momentum from the previous year and moving it into this new year. Especially when it comes to my performance and trying to make sure that I keep myself in the right places, doing the right things, and playing the way that I need to be playing. So now 2024 is here and it's time to really focus up. And so we're going to be talking about a few things today, my goals, what it is I'm going to be rocking in the bag this year, some of the tournaments that I'm going to be playing in for 2024, and just all around, just talking about how 2024 is going to shape up. At least I hope it shapes up. So before we get to that, just a word from sponsors on, everybody, and happy new year. It's 2024, and guess what? It's time to refresh that closet. Go to 366.com. They got a wide variety of polo shirts, whether it's with a blade or with a collar, that's going to make you looking fresh for the new year. So, again, check out 366.com. That's THREESIXTY, the number 6.com. Check out their new customer deals. You can get polos from 14.95. I mean, literally $14.95 for a polo. Come on, guys, that's a real good deal. Again, check out 366.com. All right, guys, welcome back. And now we're going to be talking about, like I said, carrying the momentum. With what I accomplished in 2023, coming off my first professional win, and then having a second place finish and a tie for fourth finish at two other tournaments, it really gives me a little bit more confidence to really put myself further into it. Because I'm not gonna lie, um, after having three really unsuccessful seasons, having to stop my tournament season short because of personal life issues and stuff like that that I may get into in like another episode. I don't know. But, because of that, I had to kind of align myself. And to be honest, there were times where I thought about possibly stopping and just practicing and maybe playing in leagues and stuff like that. But, after 2023 and seeing what it is I can do, it's really given me more confidence to really kind of move up and kind of move forward with what it is that I'm trying to do. Now, saying that, 2024 is going to look a lot different. Um, Especially because I decided that in order for me to do differently for 2024, I needed to set some goals for myself. And so I set it up in a couple different categories. So I have my main season goals, which are goals that are kind of a little bit of a broad sense in terms of, being achievable. And then I have what I call like my sub goals, the goals that I want for, when I'm in tournaments and trying to figure out, what it is that is going to help me succeed the best way that I can. So, firstly, it'll be about the broader goals, the season goals. So, goal number one for the season is I want to win at least two events during the season. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to be playing in the Weekly Challenge Golf Tour again this year. I actually just finished paying for the membership today, and it's very possible to win on that tour. Like, yes, it is a handicap tour where you playing in a flighted tournament. You got guys that may have like a 12 handicap or 13, especially for my flight, which is the A flight. The most I've seen the in my flight is a 12 handicap. Matter of fact, the tournament that I won, the guy that I battled with the most was a 12 handicap. But if you score well enough, it's definitely going to be possible to actually win at least one tournament. But I think because like with that win that I got back in June, I feel that I can win more than one of these tournaments. It's just a matter of, making sure that I play smart enough to do so and score well enough. The second goal is to make the cut at one or two qualifying events. So I decided to play in a couple qualifiers. Firstly is the Illinois Open qualifier for the Illinois PGA, which is a bit of a test in my opinion because I've never played in the Illinois Open before, and this is gonna be a first for me. So I know that in order for me to succeed, I really need to play smart, which again, like I'll go into like my performance goals a little bit later on in the episode. And then I'm also going to be looking at playing at the NV5 Invitational Monday qualifier for the Corn Ferry Tour, which again, real hard test, especially because they're only taking a few spots to go into the actual tournament that week. So it's one of those things where I want to see where exactly I stack up. And because, like I said, I've won one tournament and shot really well. I shot 72 on a par 70, which, is decent, but I know I can score better. It's just a matter of, seeing where I can stack up when I play in a tournament like that. And then goal number three, and this is for what I would call the major tournament of the season for me, and it's making the cut at the Children's Hospital Illinois Championship for the All Pro Tour. And the reason I say this is more of a major for me because this will be the first 4-day tournament that I am looking to participate in. And hopefully, what I'm looking to accomplish by playing in it is seeing where exactly I have any faults and where I need to make improvement. And it's not just in like my golf game that I'm looking at. It's also like the mentality and physicality. Like playing in a 4-day tournament, from what I've seen through the PGA and playing like I've played Tiger Woods video games for years, but that doesn't really simulate the grueling test that it is, playing in a 4-day tournament, yourself. So I want to see where it is that I really stack at when it comes to playing in this 4-day tournament, especially in terms of like my physical abilities right now. Like, yes, I've been trying to lose weight and I'm still losing weight as we speak, but it's gonna take a lot on my body, especially to try to play 4 days um, of golf. So it's gonna be one of those tests where, I really have to kind of bear down and really grind it out, not only just mentally trying to keep myself in it, but also physically in terms of making sure that I stay invested in almost every swing. Guys, it is still the winter season and you're going to need some place to practice. Check out Five Iron Golf. It's a unique simulator experience. You got TrackMan, you're going to be able to see how far you're hitting the golf ball, carry distance, club path. You're going to have all the data that you need so that way you can stay tuned up and ready for when the season starts back up in April. So, again, check out Five Iron Golf. They got some membership deals going on right now. Matter of fact, they got one for January going on where you can get a membership right now for $175. That's going to be a minimum 4-month commitment, but you'll get it for $175 when the normal price is $275. So that's definitely a real good deal. So that way you can get some time in the simulator, especially for some of y'all that need to practice. So again, check out Five Iron Golf. Tell them I sent you. All right, and we're back at it. So now that I've outlined my season goals, I need to look at some goals that are more attainable when I'm actually performing, which leads me into my performance goals for the season. And these are goals, like I said, that I want to really, achieve as I'm in competition. And I feel like by sticking to these goals, it gives me the outline that I need so that way I can succeed and be able to complete even the season goals that I have. So first off, like I said, I'm going to start off with the performance goals because then I also have some mental goals that you know also I feel like are going to help me, with what it is that I'm trying to do. So firstly, as a performance goal is I want to hit at least, and I mean literally at least 65% of the greens in regulation for the season. Now, that is a little bit of a stretch, knowing um, it's going to be a lot of tournaments that I'll be playing, and there's no guarantee that I'm going to hit 65% of the greens in regulation. But I feel like if I'm able to do so, then I've really put myself in position to score as best as I can overall throughout the entire season. Like I said, if I can do that, then I know that I've put myself in a great position. Second goal that I have in terms of performance is converting at least 55% of birdie opportunities. So what that means is, when I hit the green, I can at least, convert, let's say out of 18 holes, I can convert at least three, four times that I get myself on the green in regulation. That's going to be the goal. So that way I know that I'm putting myself in position to score. Goal number three is have a total putts per round stat of under 31. Meaning, like, if I'm making a lot of putts, I know that I am, definitely performing at, I would say, at the PGA Tour average almost if I'm making a great amount of putts. And then number four is hitting at least 60% of the fairways for the season. Now, knowing some of the courses that I'm going to be playing, I could definitely do that, especially if I stick to my plans for playing some of those courses. But I also know that there are going to be some variances, like, wind and stuff like that. So it's like I have to be realistic in, how my fairway hit stat is going to look like. But I do understand that, as long as I stick with my plan um, for playing certain courses, especially some courses that I've hit before, or even some that are brand new that I'm making yardage books for. As long as I stick to whatever plan that I decide on, then I know that I'm at least gonna complete that goal. Guys, 2024 is here, and I'm definitely going to need your help. I am in search of sponsors for the 2024 season. I am an up and coming professional golfer that's, gone through some rough patches, but after having a successful 2023 season, I feel like that I am more confident in myself and my game to where you can definitely put your faith in me to represent whether it's yourself or your brand, to the best of my ability. So if you would like to learn more about sponsorship opportunities, go to smoothgolf.com and check out 2024's sponsorship opportunities there, and you'll be able to learn all the different options that you have for sponsorship. Whether it's just, donating $50, or if you decide you want to go through a contractual agreement, there are definitely some options for you. Again, check out smoothgolf.com and go to sponsorship, and you'll be able to learn more about sponsorship opportunities.
All right, welcome back. So now we're going to be talking about kind of what the 2024 season is going to look like. Currently, I have on the list between 8 to 13 tournaments. Really, it's at 13 total right now. But depending on life and stuff like that, it could go down to like 8, just so that way I can deal with everything. So as of right now, it's 13 tournaments. And also, I am still going to be playing the Weekly Challenge Golf Tour. Even though it is a handicap tour, I feel that with the handicap, it does create a bit of a challenge for me because I have to try to score better than my playing partners in order for me to even have a chance to win. And that's mainly just off my play alone. So if I'm able to play well enough to not only beat their gross score, but then also beat their net score, then I feel like that would help me, you know, grow as a player and also know that, hey, I can score well enough to compete in something else. So that's the whole reason why I'm staying with the Weekly Challenge Golf Tour. Also, I've also sprinkled in a couple of other tournaments to play in as well. So stay tuned for that. So, but for the first four tournaments, it is going to be Weekly Challenge Golf Tour events. The season opener is May 4th at Village Links of Glen Ellen. And I do kind of enjoy that course. It was for the Tournament of Champions last year, and even though I didn't have the best showing there, I felt like if conditions were, right, I probably could have played a good round there. So I'll be glad to go back there and try to tackle the course again when the course is much drier and we can also deal with mud balls. The second tournament is going to be at Prairie Landing. It's a new course for me because I've never played Prairie Landing before. So I am going to be taking as many looks as I can at it. Also, may have to go out there to get a couple practice rounds here and there. So that's going to be a new experience for me. But I've also started working on my yardage books. And if you want to check out the yardage books that I am using, go to Amazon.com and look up Cadent Golf. They have two templates that you can get, one in a black and white USA and one in like a golf ball design. Honestly, those work really well. And then I've also been using the Under Par Co. Yardage book template for some of my yardage books. So check those out at Amazon.com. Um, so yeah, yardage books are already in the works for all of the tournaments I'm going to be playing in. The third tournament is going to be at Bowles Creek. Bowles Creek, I've played that before. Last year, it was the tournament that I finished tied for fourth in, which honestly is a great finish. But I feel like I could have definitely shot a little bit better there. Because especially with some club choice, I definitely could have made a little bit of better showing. So I'll be glad to go back there as well. The fourth tournament is at Foxford Hills, which, you know, last year it was the first course that I played for a tournament in a year, like the first tournament I played for a year since 2022. So one, I'll be glad to go back there. Two, I feel like this time when I go back there, I'm going to be playing a lot differently because I did go to that tournament last year, trying to experiment, see where my game was since it was the first tournament I played, and definitely made some dumb decisions. Yeah, definitely don't take a driver on a short par four if there's water on the right hand side because then you just might dump it twice into there. But otherwise, it's going to be nice to go back there and see what I can shoot differently this time. The fifth tournament is honestly going to be the biggest test that I have, and it's going to be the Children's Hospital Illinois Championship run by the All Pro Tour. And that's going to be from June 26th through the 29th at Metamora Fields Golf Club. And I feel like this is going to be a real big challenge. And I'm glad that I have those first four Weekly Challenge Golf Tour events to kind of work my way up to this one because this is going to be a 4 round tournament. And so far, most tournaments that I played have either been 2 or 3 rounds, and they've been marathons. But I feel like this is going to be the biggest marathon that I play in, especially if I were to make the cut after the second day. So my goal for this one is to make the cut, but ultimately also place well enough in this tournament so I can kind of move and see, how I stack up against guys that have been playing in the professional golf game for much longer, especially with the All Pro Tour being one of the biggest mini tours out there. I want to see where I stack up against some of these guys, especially from where I started my career to where I am now. Then after that one, I have the Illinois Open qualifier at Maple Meadows and Wooddale on July 2nd, which honestly I've been wanting to play in the Illinois Opens for a while. It's just that with timing and, you know, a lot of times money is also involved. It's sometimes tough to pick some of these tournaments. But this time I feel more confident and in a better space where I can go ahead and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and run for this qualifier as well. So, and Maple Meadows is one of those courses where I feel like, from what I've seen of the course so far through making my yardage book, that it's not simple. It's not the easiest course, but if you plan your tee shots right, you'll definitely put yourself in good chances to, you know, definitely take advantage of some of those holes. Then after that, it's going to be at George Dunn with the Weekly Challenge Golf Tour. Again, I've played George Dunn numerous times, whether it was for high school or, you know, a couple of times where I went with a couple of friends. And again, it's not the easiest 18-hole course, especially for a forest preserve golf course, but it definitely has some challenge to it, which I'm actually glad that, you know, the tour picked it. So then after that, it's going to be another huge test, in my opinion, and that is the Corn Ferry Tour NV5 Monday qualifier. I had wanted to do this one last year as well. The problem was that I couldn't get the money in time, and also I felt like my game was not ready for that tournament as of yet. But after, you know, after this year, well, not this year, after last year and some of the performances that I have, I feel like that I am ready to tackle a Monday qualifier. And I feel like if I do well enough here at the MV5 Monday qualifier this year, then I will definitely look at trying to do more of them and actually traveling to try to get onto the Corn Ferry Tour, which is the ultimate goal. Then I have more Weekly Challenge Golf Tour events to finish out. One at Steeplechase, then at Stonewall Orchard, Schaumburg, and then currently still looking to see where the last event that I'm going to be playing is going to be. I'm hoping it's at right now. Hoping it's at Deerfield Golf Club. It's a golf course that I've definitely had some success at before, and so I would like to go back there. But no matter where the course is, I'm definitely going to be, you know, looking to give myself opportunities there to, you know, win. Um, and that's the schedule as of right now. It's very tentative. So it can change here and there depending on, one, if I feel like I need to take a tournament off to give myself a break. Two, if money comes involved in why I can't play in a tournament, then it's just gonna have to be the way it is. And then also I have to take into account like how much it's gonna cost me to go and compete in this tournament. If I have to get a hotel, rental car situation, or if I have a car at that time, you know, there are things I have to, you know, look at. But for the most part, again, playing the Weekly Challenge Golf Tour definitely is going to be used for getting ready for those three major tournaments in my mind: the Children's Hospital Illinois Championship, Illinois Open Qualifier, and the NV5 Monday Qualifier. And then hopefully, if I am able to get enough sponsors and, you know, get enough raised up to do so, I also would like to play in the PGA Tour Canada Q School and to get myself started into doing that. And if, you know, if I'm able to play in the Corn Ferry Tour Q School, then I would also love to do that as well. Hey guys, I know we're already a few weeks into 2024, but those New Year's resolutions are still up there. And why don't you just get those Tokyo Tunes gym shorts? You know you're going to be going to the gym anyway. Go to the gym with some gear that's tuned in with your anime side as well. Go to TokyoTunes.com and use promo code SMOOTH2024 to get 15% off your order. Again, that's TokyoTunes.com and use SMOOTH2024 to get 15% off your order. All right, guys, thanks for listening to part one, I guess, of the 2024 season preview. If again, thank you for supporting the podcast, and also thank you for supporting this journey that I'm taking into professional golf. If you would like to do more to support that journey, always check out the sponsorship page on my website, smoothgolf.com. And then also check out those sponsors that I have, 366.com. Again, use promo code SMOOTH2024 for 15% off. Um, Definitely check out Five Iron if you're looking for some place to practice, especially during this winter season where it's starting to get cold again, especially with this weird January that we're having. Definitely check that out. Membership options are available, so if you got questions, ask me. Um, Also, check out Tokyo Tunes if you're looking for some new shorts for the gym and everything. Again, Smooth 2024 for 15% off. And then, like I said, check out the sponsorship page on smoothgolf.com to see how you can support the journey. Again, thanks for listening. See you next time in part 2.